into the top echelon CS.
Yeah, and there's, I guess, a lot of points to be made due to the maps that we have. But because you're not going off into the green room or the gallery, you're still here because you're casting. You can make all the analytical points you want to because you have all the time in the world. But the pistol round has to start. It's going to be Envyus on the T side, NiP on the CT side. NiP the T side of the team, generally speaking, and especially on a map like this. But let's see if they can get a good start here on this CT pistol. The bomb will make its way easily into the A site. We'll have the retake here for NiP, and they've got only a couple of flashbangs, so no smoke for the retake, which is unfortunate for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to rely on some headshots here to be able to make the retake, but Envyus have good position.
Yeah, they're just hiding out by main. This is where the smoke becomes very useful, because then the teams have to run out of main if you smoke them off or if you smoke the bomb, but still making those headshots here are the NiP side, but they're just down to Pits against 2, and he's not going to be able to do anything. Well played by Envyus. Pretty standard Pits around, all things considered.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Envyus decided to veto overpass instead of cash. I mean, they also play cash, but I don't think that anyone wants to play cash against NiP right now. It's their best map, although they themselves claim that they can play every map equally from the pool. So I think it's good for Envyus actually that they start on the T side, because because they. Even now we see they won the pistol round, but they can dictate the pace of the game. They can maybe get off to a hot start, win the first gun round, maybe even with some aggression. So because we know that NiP is a really good team, is very disciplined. As we see right now, Envyus going for that B bomb side and managing to put the bomb down. NiP deciding to just go for some pistols, not buying armor, and Getright got his hands on an AK as well.
That's pretty baller. AK-47s, fairly useful. And considering that there's still a round to be kind of ecoed, it's going to be really nice if NiP can hold on to that. And I see no reason why they will lose it. I mean, Getright in the most defensive position, and Forrest and Pit looking to get some sneaky frags and pressure. And maybe keep some of the T's on the site, but Forrest in there with a quick eagle kill. And to be honest, a really good opportunity for Pit to actually get a follow-up there. So they could have really done more damage still and get us some AK for the next round.
This is where it gets kind of tricky, right? Because they didn't want to buy armor, but now when you have an AK, why not buy the caliber? Yeah, but again, what will you be able to do with it by yourself? So ideally, what Getright should have done is save this round as well and just have a free gun coming into the first gun round. But we talked about it in the previous Astralis Dignitas game. That's just so boring then. So he's going to buy armor and try to go for a play, it seems, towards the B bomb site.
Yep, a $650 investment. I mean, he's going to have to make a couple kills to get...
He's just holding, and they're going to flash inside their main to get some info, and they don't see anyone. So now they're rotating back towards the B bomb site all the way, it seems, which is a pretty early rotate for them.
I mean, if Getright gets 2 kills, he's paid for the Kevlar, but if he's able to save the gun, then that's fine as well. But
yeah,
but those are the two. That's the 2 conditions though for buying that Kevlar, really, to make it worth it. As you said, it's an interesting call. Now here we go. We have Happy able to make the first frag there. I just saw his name, like, what is that? It's like, all right, B Vincent. All right, it's definitely Happy. Okay, good. Luckily, it's just him.
You gotta love it when players do that, Dan,
yeah.
as a caster, don't you?
His name's so long! Look how long it is!
This is Schopenhauer, a.k.a. Hat, a.k.a. Dead Now.
Dead Now. Oh, look at the spray from Getright there. Able to pick up a frag already, so one of the conditions is 50%. Like the achievements, almost 50% unlocked.
Tybo gets another one.
So this is looking actually pretty sick right now. MBK gets the bomb down, but Walden actually won't be able to do much more. One quick kill. And turns out that Getright's not only going to pay for his Kevlar, he's going to have a bit of extra money, and they will win the round. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Definitely is. I mean, you could see NiP rotating early, trying to get some information and stack a bomb site. But I think that Envyus, after Happy got the initial kill, they should have just maybe grouped up, and especially after he dies, because they kind of went in one by one, which gave a chance for the player Getright killed first, went in before the smoke popped, that's a mistake, and after what could have been a good start for Envyus, now they're on a force buy, although they do have a lot of utility, only 1 Tech 9 and 4 AKs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Envyus try to play this round. It's always, like, I think, you know, kind of okay when you've got one player on the Tech 9, because in some ways it's actually beneficial. You can run and gun, you can be the first guy to draw fire and still be somewhat accurate at dealing with close range positions. So there's definitely a strong effect that can be had with Devil, but he does have full nades as well, so you kind of want him to toss the nades in before he commits to die.
Definitely a strong buy for Envyus. The player with Tech 9 can always just pick up an AK from a fallen teammate or a fallen enemy, and seems like they want to get some mid control and then go for an A split.
So will it be successful? There are a couple players by Connector. The boost, this is really awesome. We actually see this in North America quite often. I think it's, I actually believe it's Complexity that do that a lot. But this time doesn't get much here for the CT side of NiP. Freiburg just leaping over, happy playing leapfrog literally with him. And that's going to be now a 3 versus 4 here. Now only 2 players remaining for the Swedish side. Freiburg going in, able to take down Apex, finding the side of him. And there's a real chance here now for NiP, but it's tough. Freiburg needs quite the clutch. He's got a player in A main to deal with as well. It's not peaking though, as he's very low. And Get Right looking to try to get something done. Interesting situation. Get Right really needs to get some damage done here, even if he loses the round. He will get no further damage onto the enemies. And so their money is really weird now.
I think they have to buy here. Basically, Freiburg might even drop a mass for his teammate. But yeah, again, we see that once you give up mid control, NiP was going for that passive boost, but Apex was just running towards highway really fast, and they managed to pinch the players in the A bomb side before they could do anything from that boost in connector.
Yeah, but you're going to have Pit there, able to take it the first back mid. That's something it's a position where he's very strong on this map. Get Right's in some trouble, just a little bit. So spot of bother there for Get Right. He will be eliminated after all. First coming in there with a nice bit of spray onto Devil. Dropping the bomb as well, so the spot on the bomb, they know for sure now what is going on. And Pit is waiting patiently behind the smoke. However, Forrest isolated and alone gets killed, but the flash into Pit. He's going to take a quick frag to the Damas. Another one, a first from Pit. Great stuff there, pushing forwards with that flashbang. Beautiful. The support player of NiP shows everyone that sometimes he is bloody good.
He can also kill people then.
He really is very good at that, yes.
You could see how Forrest was also running in through Heaven. I think there was a flash before it, but the idea behind this was NiP wanted to go for the retake immediately, actually before Envyus could even get the bomb down and before they could get to the bomb site. So they knew that all of the players were still towards that checkers area, and if they allowed them to get into the bomb site, it would have been a much harder retake since they were all coming from CT spawn. So a bit of a risky play from NiP, so to speak, but definitely paid off in the end. And then Envyus going for a flash.
Yeah, the good old B splits, but no weapons to really do this with. Some PT-50s playing it conservatively, but they have killed 1 player so far. Getting into some poor positions too, a little bit dangerous, but the bomb won't be planted, and that really is going to be annoying for them. I mean,
bit of a questionable play from Devil, but tried to go to CT while he was the bomb carrier as well. Imagine if his team actually got control of the site at that point and he pushes out to get a surprise kill, dies with the bomb down, would have been detrimental to Envyus. But yeah, the round doesn't work the way they wanted it to, and NiP manages to get a bit of control going on with Envyus now on a eco, basically, a couple of pistols and armor on Apex and Devil.
Yeah, and for me the scary thing is NiP's T side. So if NiP have like just a decent, an okay CT side, you favour them typically on the cash. They have quite the reputation here.
Especially if they win pistol, that's when they're really scary. When they get off to a good start, they use the map really well with applying pressure on different parts, then using that later on in the half, taking reactions from their opponents and just basically being 1 step ahead of them most of the time.
Absolutely, they're one of those teams at playing advantages. Very fundamental aspect of Counter-Strike, knowing how to do that, not throwing them away. Now, just 2 Kevlars and pistols, of course, for Envyus, the Quasi, and hello. That is going to be a nice little pickup from MBK. See you later, Get Right. Forest in now to see if he can stop MBK shenanigans, but this is always very scary. Again, in this kind of situation, when there's untradeable kills, like with the Deagle, there's nothing you can do about those CPs. You just have to try to get the refrags, and that's exactly what's happening here. Forest picking up yet another kill with 6 HP. Freiburg is doing a great job, and the bomb is down on the floor. And it looked like there was a lot of potential there, thanks to MBK, but it won't be anything in the end.
Yeah, also interesting position from Get-Right, seeing as he was the solo B player to play it that passively. Because if they have a smoke, they can get control of the site. I mean, it's safer than you wait for the retake, but yeah, when you see that they're that spread out, you basically want to hold an off angle, something where they can't pre-aim you. Maybe you get a kill, or at least you get the info, and then you can play to buy time for your teammates, etc.
Yeah, here's
cheeky boost. Cheeky little boost.
Cheeky boost
That was
indeed.
waiting for it though. Kinda. Has to watch both angles. Oh.
There you go. Yep, and the interesting thing there is that he maybe knows that he's there, but there's no way to really stop him, and he's going to push over the top and just go for the frag. That's so risky. But it pays off this time, and after losing Get Right towards B storage by MBK, that's definitely a very needed kill.
Yeah, he just went for a play there, seeing it over 45, flash into a main. This gets the other guy.
So, very, very strong advantage for NiP in this 3 versus 2. MBK is on 4 HP, Happy is full, but there's only a smoke and a flash remaining. Great entry though from Happy. That's a fantastic shot, but he loses almost all of his health in going for it. So you still can't favor the chances of Envyus. With Forest on this bomb site, this should...
Yeah, both of the players really low. This should be an easy round for Forest.
Absolutely. Last nades in. Forest gets a very easy quick kill on the first player. Bomb is down as well. And he's just waiting a little bit there. Flash out. ECS peaks from heaven. Beautiful coordination. And NiP with the 5-3.
This is why we hail NiP currently as a team that looks much better, much improved. You see, as soon as they lose a player, they react to it. Yes, Freiburg goes for a solo play, but they also flashed in into a main. They're constantly reacting to things happening on the map, and you always need to be on your toes when you play against NiP. Sure, you can say that maybe that's exploitable if you get a man advantage. You just play it really passively and wait for them to come to you. But you know, if you time it correctly, it's definitely the way to go, because if you just sit passively in a 4v5, the chances are that these are just gonna, overwhelm you.
Absolutely. And this time Envyus decided to just go for pistols, Quasi into the A bomb site very quickly, very rapidly, and it's going to work out. The bomb goes down, the frag is down, even more damage being done. Now MBK's got his hands on superior weaponry in the AK-47 that he's holding on to, but lack of Kevlar on a couple players, it might become an issue. Great nade in from Get Right. That's MBK dead. That's the only rifleman dead now for Envyus. That's not a good way to start this one off on this defense. Slowly but surely, everyone's dying. Happy playing the oldest trick in the book here. Waiting by door. Quick pop. Oh, what is that, Happy? Absolutely mental stuff with the P250. Can't get it done though. Cannot close. But it was an effort that is still being felt by NiP. I mean, it's probably still trying to work out what the hell happened there. What a flick.
That was a sick second shot from Happy right there. Great nade from Get Right though. MBK was the only player with armor and an AK, and he had 40 HP. So for a grenade to, you know, get 40 HP off, it has to be on the money, and definitely helped them in that retake, considering it ended up being a 1v1. But now Kenny finally has an op. They have all the grenades as well, and NiP's economy isn't looking that strong, so Envyus still with a chance to reset NiP here.
Indeed, it's back to another slow plate. And you know, adding to your point earlier about taking the risks when you have to make those plays and not just let the T's come to you with a man advantage. One thing that people forget as well is that you can make you can find ways to make those plays less risky by playing good team play and timing, and proper flashes and so on, you can make those plays much safer. But Clutch comes in quickly now, and Exist will spot a couple kills there from short. Third player spotted, that'll be the one to kill Exist finally, but he's done more than his fair share of work, and this retake situation looks far better for NiP than some of the past ones. Bomb will go down, and with the bomb going down now, if NiP are smart, they'll realize that there was only one place to plant the bomb, so they should actually know exactly where the bomb is, which does help them a lot in how to deal with this situation. Apex with a few nades to delay.
He needs to go for a kill here, probably his teammates are low. Especially now with Gaslight is on the flank. MBK is pretty low to do anything.
Well, it looks pretty bad here for Apex. Since the 1 versus 3 finds the first player, the headshot connected. Second player is going to do the damage. Forest winning the round there for NiP, and they go 7-3. They have lost quite a few players in the last couple rounds, though, so surely their economy is dipping. But Envyus having just picked up. Oh, sorry, they didn't just pick up a round. My bad. Completely misreading that one for some reason. Either way, that's going to be the max bonus there. So that's $4,200, including the bomb plant for Envyus. So they're not lacking money. They're just lacking rounds which seem to close.
I mean, that was a bit of an interesting round, and NiP let go of a side completely. And I think it was Exist's play initially was really important, managing to put Kenny S out of play immediately in that door area with the AWP, then getting an extra kill. Made the retake much easier. Okay.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah, crazy spray there from Devil. Just managing to land those 2 headshots as well to make life much easier here for Envyus. So surely they'll be able to take a round finally. I mean, they have such a strong advantage here. NiP is probably just interested in getting damage. I'm not 100% sure how their economy looks right now, because if it's terrible, they should probably save actually. Looking at their economy right now, but looking to go for it. And Exist managed to get a quick kill, but he's down to 9 HP. I mean, both players are already quite low in that situation, so...
Yeah, considering the money on Freiburg and I think it was Getright, yeah, and Pit, they should have probably saved the 2 guns, because you can drop one to Freiburg and maybe one to Exist, but now they're kind of forced to go for an eco, and the 2 players were low, so the chances of a retake were really slim. So the disciplined NiP we talk about kinda was a bit too eager to go for the retake there.
Yeah, that seems very rare, because usually that's the spot where, you know, you got Threat was saying save. Like, he's going to put the call in authoritatively to make the save. Maybe he got overridden by a player, perhaps. I'm not sure, but that's an unusual situation, and it's going to hurt NiP. It gives Envyus a chance to get back into this.
It's also good to see that Envyus doesn't, still goes for those fast, aggressive plays towards mid, even though they lost a lot of rounds in a row, basically. And it was a pretty good execute. There's a lot of flashes going down while the players are running out, but they're not getting flashed by them, which is kind of hard to pull off, doing it so quickly, especially towards the mid area. And it net Devil basically 2 easy kills. As we see in this eco round, NiP got the information that Envyus isn't on the B bomb side, but they already have control of A and are going to plant the bomb shortly. Yeah,
and this is what you said that you like to see, is just pushing everyone together on ecos like this, trying to get that 1 kill, isolate that 1 player. And I mean, they did find the 1 player, MBK, but he's not caught in the open. He does use cover to good effect to keep himself alive, and waits for his teammates. And so it will be a clean round in the end. Well, pretty clean.
Let's see how NiP adjusts now in the gun round. Are they going to play it more passively towards mid, because Envyus uses a lot of resources there, or are they maybe going to fight for it and have an op on B? But they don't really have a strong enough economy for the op. Forest decides to go for an M4 and all of the grenades. See that Freiburg is forced to play with a new MP.
Okay, well, it will be a passive opening from Envyus. We have NiP though, taking a quick boost here to Exist, not going for the run boost. Interestingly, I wonder if Devil can hear anything from this position. Yeah, being quiet.
If they do it properly, he cannot hear anything, because you can just shift jump on your teammate's head, and the opponents can't hear you once you jump holding walk, only when you land.
Right. Okay, well, We do have the Envyus push coming in, slowly but surely. We've got Devil going for the nades, pop flash in to get himself through onto NVK, and it's going to be Pit going down immediately. So great grenades. Pit basically got wrecked by them, but now it's down to ECS. He's in this boost position, has to convert, and convert he will. Bomb is now down by quad, full control of the CTs. NVK gets a kill and get right in B, congratulations. But the bomb is on the other side of the map, good sir.
Well, this was kind of weird. I mean, they push A with the bomb with a good execute. MBK still all the way towards checkers with Happy in mid lurking as well. I mean, you need to secure the side first, guys, before you can lurk and get the kill.
I mean, it's okay, right, if you just have Happy there, like where he was. But MBK
or just MBK.
Yeah.
I feel that I'm not sure how MBK got there. It's maybe what he did initially in the round, trying to pin two NiP players towards the B bomb site, but then Happy can't be mid. He has to be with his team. They need to secure control of the bomb site, and then MBK can be even more annoying, you know, make it harder for the B players to rotate.
Indeed. What is that smoke? Interesting. Well, either way, Apex in with a very fast Molotov to sandwich. There are NiP players in the vicinity. They are getting completely caught off guard at this point. However, the trade coming in from Freiburg now as assistance from Forest will help to kill Devil, removing this French presence from middle at the very least. And the bomb is dropped. So Kennyus has to win these battles. First two kills coming in from Kennyus. There's still one more player by Sandwich. Kennyus is scanning for it. And Freiburg is going to swiftly deal with Kenny. And the bomb, that means, is still in control of the CTs for now. And Freiburg must have seen it. So Get Right has the call. And he's going to be wrapping around short to lend some assistance. And this is going to be an interesting couple engagements. Because there's a minute for Envyus to kind of work their way to whatever position they want for this engagement. Get Right seems to have a read though. Boom, there it is, the first kill, leaving just 5 HP on Happy. Get Right's going to turn around and take him down as well. So another mid-aggression that this time just didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that smoke. It's not the one I think you throw to block the Molotov. It might block the vision if a guy tries to push towards the left side of mid. But yeah, Envyus go again for the mid aggression, but now NiP do a better job of holding it, especially Freiburg from the sandbags area. Kenny had to pull off a close miracle to win that round for his team.
Love this run boost here to, if there was an AWP on the angle, to make him look for shots for anybody really. And it's Get Right there, go for the spray downs. Get Right actually uncharacteristically not pulling off much in the way of a result in this situation, but doesn't matter, just Happy left. And okay, he's got the most savage P250 game in the Wild Wild West, but he's going to die anyway.
Yeah, and a good half for NiP. I mean, a great half, all things considering that they lost the pistol round, of course, managed to win the third round on an eco with only Get Right on that AK, but after that we could see that they really picked it up, and with some great reactionary play to what Envyus was doing as well. Envyus at times maybe a bit too passive, especially when they managed to get the bomb down in a couple of situations. They kind of were at a disadvantage when you're in a 3v4, let's say, and the bomb is planted. Depending, in some situations they had low HP, so at that point there was that one round where Apex was the only one with 100 HP. He needs to go for a play, maybe have a teammate bait for him, because if you just wait for NiP to come to you, it's basically going to be a pretty straightforward retake for them most of the times.
Yeah, and I mean that 10-5 is so scary just because NiP haven't even started their T side yet. So it's historically you would imagine that NiP should easily close this, even if they lose the pistol round. But of course, if they win the pistol round, Envyus just don't have any chance here, surely. But the pistol will commence.
I mean, the reason for NiP's strong T sides mostly stems from the fact them winning the pistol round, and then securing the anti-eco rounds, having a lot of bank coming into the gun rounds, right? So even if they lose 1 or 2 rounds, they still have enough money to buy. But when they actually lose the pistol round and don't have a good start, it becomes trickier.
Yeah, and it's quite cool to see that Forest gets the headshot finally. He drops the P250, so it's kind of a raid boss with the P250 there for Forest, which is awesome to see. And it's the first kill for NiP. They do take some tags here, but they will try to finish their rounds on the B-bomb side. And there are 3 players here for Envyus to try to defend, so it's going to come down to those headshots. Nice little jump there from Pit to try to bait the shots away, and this looks like a very good pistol round here for NiP. I mean, if you put any reliance upon them, or any, let's say, qualifying factors that they've got to win the pistol round to have that super strong T side. But they've got some of the best players in the world to do that. They've got Forest. They've got, I mean, Pit is actually an excellent pistol player as well. And there you go.
I mean, this could have been great for Envyus. They had 3 players towards the deep bomb site in passive positions, albeit, but that's where NiP went, and they were in a 4v5, and you could see that once the smoke drops, the player from spawn is isolated. So what I would have liked him to do is run through the smoke, try and get 1 kill, surprise them, and bait for the player in headshot, right? And then the player from heaven should have let himself be known as well, and then the player in headshot can be like the Joker player, right? They can play for him, and then he has a good position to surprise NiP and maybe get a couple of kills. By doing this, playing it passively, leaving him by himself, even if he gets a kill, I mean, he's going to get traded immediately, and NiP has control of the bomb site. So maybe something that Envyus could have executed a bit better, but NiP secures the pistol round, and Envyus, of course, on a force buy.
Yeah.
They kind of have to go for it, though, in this situation, right? They need they have to try and break NiP, even though they're the best team at anti-force buy rounds. And you can see why. They just buy a lot of utility. They only have 1 player with the AK. They have 3 MP7s, a UMP, and you can see them methodically trying to get map control, and you can see it's obvious that they want to go for a B split. They're probably going to use the rest of the Molotovs towards the B bomb site for the most standard spots.
And here we go. We've got Devil there looking to defend, but surely he gets an elite. Or well, it looks like Exist tries to take the battle with the AK-47, which is, just smart. Smart if you're going to do it with the player. That's the gun you choose to kind of push that with. But it's not working out here for NiP. They're getting shut down. KS finds 2 quick kills on the CZ. There's still a player on the bomb site. That is so scary. Do NiP realize that there's still another player? I don't think he's announced his presence. It's Happy, of course. Happy could just end the round right now. He's in smoke. Oh, but they will spot for him. Forest getting the frag. MBK back to the leader shenanigans. Can he get something out of this? Bit of tagging there into Forest, but the bomb can be planted here, and it will be. Freiburg there. They don't have to really peek him, although it might be in their interest to do so, as they can get him at long range as opposed to close range. He'll have more success with that deagle. MBK desperately trying to work his way into this bomb site, but these players just not giving him the kinds of shots that he needs to get in there. So now he's going to force the issue close. And there you go. Finally he dies. That looked kind of scary though for NiP, I must say. And for those of you wondering, how is it that NiP have been allowed to play cash, Envyus decided to actually veto Overpass, and NiP vetoed their usual Inferno. So that's how the cash pick came about.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppier execution than usual from NiP. Not waiting for all the smokes and Molotovs to pop, but even with all of that and a couple of great kills from Kenny, as we see Devil with a cheeky little P250 headshot, even with that they managed to bring it back, and you can see that 2v1, how they're not overextending, not allowing MBK to get a 1v1 aim duel basically, and they secured the round in the end.
Yeah, so the chances here for Envyus do drop significantly, just being on pistols, no Kevlar, no utility. And NiP deciding to converge onto that A site take, and they have 4 Molotovs with which to use. So we should expect to see the bomb site carpeted in these Molotovs to allow safe entry into the site. And there should be a fast response here from the pistols, but what can they see? Absolutely nothing. The key smoke laid down between the forklift and the red container to block off vision from short. The Molotovs onto the site, onto all the dangerous positions, and they're in now. One doesn't have to happen as the CTs force the engagements, and with the superior weapons, NiP are able to easily clean up the retake attempt. And
this is the NiP anti-eco, right? Even though Freiburg gets caught off guard in the beginning with that kill, they just make it look so easy in a 4v5 by good usage of their nades, baiting out the plant, and just holding their positions is basically waiting for Envyus to come to them. The game is paused, Dan.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know.
What the hell is going on then?
But Forest is 25 for 10. Oh, okay. Apex crashed, it seems. So he'll be back in about 10 seconds. So we should be resuming very shortly. But it's cool to see Forest having such a good game. I mean, in the 18 rounds that have been played, he's made 25 kills. And usually you actually would see these days Get Right and Forest both up there, but
yeah, actually, I mean, whenever NiP wins a game, it's mostly everyone doing pretty much more or less the same. Probably Get Right or Forest are a bit ahead, but it's pretty even across the board, meaning that it's a team effort whenever they win. That applies not just to NiP, but to teams in general. Like Mouse is an obvious example.
Yeah.
When Nico has like 30 plus kills, they usually lose the game closely, but when all the team contributes, they end up winning. And this is something Get Right is known for. Right now, it's not just him, but getting control of checkers with that smoke off towards the exit, using the Molotov and the flash, really putting a lot of pressure to the B defenders to always be on their toes. But it seems the way Envy approached this is letting go of B bomb side pretty much. Just Kenny with a passive angle. He's supposed to maybe try and get one kill and then wait for his teammates to play for the retake.
Well, we have that heavy pressure, as you mentioned, that Get Right just sitting in checkers. And the danger there is that Envyus are always going to be scared of the B take, but NiP don't have to commit to it. I mean, of course, they're in a position where they seem to be waiting for the push. There it is, and Get Right easily dispatches MBK. Now they decide to move in. Of course, Envyus have a lot of players in position around the bomb site, but the presence of NiP is quite overwhelming on the site itself, and they will get the bomb plant and set the time upon the CTs. Now Happy's coming in for the flank. He needs to be the playmaker here. His teammates are locked out. Happy is anyone that can do anything. There's the first frag, goes for the spray, and someone walks into it. It's Pitts. 2 frags there for Happy. He's made this possible now as the advantage on the men goes in the favor of Envyus, and the bomb was stopped from being planted. So now they'll hear the bomb go down, and they'll push. And there it is. Oh, looks like the flash timing was perfect there from Forest, but unfortunately, that must have been a coordination that he froze just as the bomb is being planted, Forest froze that flash because they know that they're going to push then. So that was really smart.
He also probably thought that he has to make a place in this. I think it was Xist or Pit. I think it was Xist who was pretty low himself. What I don't understand there is you had Kenny playing passively, and then you just have MBK walking into vents and trying to check checkers without any flash or anything. Just gets killed by Get Right. I mean, what's the point on having Kenny play so passive? He could have challenged at any point, held a more aggressive angle, but it doesn't come back to haunt. And yes, they still managed to pull the retake off with 2 great kills from Happy.
And now we will see the set piece, which is reminiscent of the Cobble one, where it's kind of delayed, so you know that they can just run into A with it. And this is the reaction that usually teams will have, is they pop flash into A main to confirm whether it's going to be a push or not, and to kill the players who are, if they are there. But great wrap here, great delay and wrap from NiP to go for the split in a more unconventional manner. And Envyus are really struggling to find out what the hell's going on at the moment. Kills coming in all over the place here, mostly here for NiP as they manage to finally close the round. But what a beautiful chaos there for NiP set upon Envyus.
And Forest with another triple kill. I mean, what you said, they themselves, Get Right knows what the reaction is, that someone's probably going to try and pop flash. He looks towards the wall. Actually doesn't even, just waits to hear the sound cue before he turns around, gets the easy kill on, I think it was Devil, and then NiP with a complete wrap to mid, but now they're going for a quick mid push.
Yeah, and not going quite as well as it was for Devil on the first half, if you remember, as Get Right gets taken down immediately. But he's got teammates in numbers to help him out, and it looks pretty good here for NiP once again, dealing with superior weapons. Envyus not having the best refrags, and Pit with a very decisive kill onto Devil. That is going to send things into despair as Happy dies as well. 15 rounds for NiP, and it looks...
And another triple kill for Forest. He's on 32 in 22 rounds and 11 deaths, almost 3-to-1 kill to death ratio.
I heard he's pretty good at this game.
That's insane, Dan. That's pretty sick.
Dan! That's insane, Dan!
I mean, NiP just showing, and this is something that we are seeing recently from Getright. He's sometimes the guy who goes in first, actually, like he did just in the previous round through the smoke. NiP manages to secure mid with an early push, knowing that Envyus doesn't have a lot of resources, don't have probably the Molotov for the boost, don't have a nade for mid, and they get the trade kills and secure the round.
Yeah, and it's about Getright going in first is an interesting point there. But we might have a bit of an altercation here in middle, as you can see that Exist is waiting for Happy to go over the boost position. When will he go? Patience by both teams, and this is why NiP can be quite good as well, because they can get very patient in a round like this, and Envyus desperately want to go for a push, and it's going to be Forest to get the first kill. So life looking rather difficult here for Envyus after losing that one player. Seems as if NiP realized that there's a player close due to the fact that there was a boost. And looks like the position is... Oh, that snap again from Happy. Absolutely mental stuff. His snaps today have been pretty on point. But his team only has 6 rounds. So there is that. Envyus now going to be receiving a push from NiP on the A-bomb site. Great position here for Devil. Usually there's a Molotov in that position, but Devil and Apex get all 4 players. A quad between the two, and there's usually a Molotov there, but NiP didn't have a Molotov there in that round, and they lose the round because of it. Interesting.
Yeah, you can see how they were playing pretty passively in the beginning, knowing that Envyus was on pistols and expecting some aggression. We got a 1-for-1 trade. It was a 4v4 situation, but Envyus got a good read, managed to get pull off that boost in time towards the A-bomb site, and the pistols are pretty powerful close range damage. Yeah,
they really are. That position is one of the reasons why we did see the Molotov there, is because it is one of the most dangerous positions on the site because of the range and the kind of off angle that it's on. But the push coming in here now from NiP on towards the B-bomb site. They have got a lot of rounds to play with, and they'll have to actually eco if they lose this round. So that's actually going to give Envyus something to kind of work with to come back into the match. But first of all, NiP must... Or rather, sorry, Envyus must first of all actually break NiP.
And NiP already has mid control right now. In turn, MBK is pretty aggressively towards A main. But after this Molotov, he basically has to fall back, has no support anymore, no utility. And that will leave NiP in a good situation.
Yeah, Getright is keeping tabs there in that slow walk onto the white box position as well. I think that's from Forest, who's been quite prolific so far in this matchup. A quick double though from MBK to drop the bomb. Now this puts a really weird position into NiP's hands as MBK gets himself a third as another 1 versus 1 goes his way. Forest though, he's still alive and he's got 2 frags this round. Forest looking to actually just get himself as close to the 40 bomb as possible as he's looking for the rest of Envyus, of which there are 2. Now he has to reclaim the bomb. He's got 15 seconds. He needs to go right now. And here he is. Will he spot the first player? Will he work out the Devil's in the door? Well, Devil's going to tell him as by shutting the door. And Forest has got to go for the plant here. There's really no way to survive in this situation. Surely he's going to fake it. Go for the frags here. That was the play. But he can't get the first one. And that will be the round there for Envyus. But they did lose 3 players.
Now this was an example of a good 2v1 play from Envyus. It wasn't really hard to play it out, but still, buying as much time as possible, Devil letting him to pick up the bomb, and then him playing aggressively with Kenny playing passively. If Forest plants, he dies from Devil and Devil defuses. If he doesn't do it, even if he kills Devil, he doesn't have time to plant the bomb, and Envyus win the round either way. And now we have NiP on an eco and Kenny on an op.
I feel like I haven't really seen Kenny AWPing in this matchup so far, really.
They force buy a lot, Dan.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Envyus likes to force buy.
Well, he's going to get flashed and smoked away. He can't even shoot a shot. Will he just die? No. Pulls out the 5-7, able to keep himself alive for now. But it is the site in control of NiP to some extent. Bomb can be planted at the back. Kenny will quickly dispatch Exist. So should be the GG in this round. Forest though does come in from heaven to see if he can get some extra damage. Pistol Master.
Of course he can.
Picks up a quick kill. That's so cheeky as well. That is so cheeky. Bomb goes down there for NiP as well to allow them a buy.
I think that NiP is just prolonging this game so that Forest could get up to 40 kills. I think that's their mission right now at the moment.
His closest teammate does
Or-
have
or maybe-
17, and it's like, that's so far away.
Or
from
maybe they
96.
just want to give Happy enough time to get a star then. Get an MVP star.
Oh, is he? He's not got a badge.
He's the
There's
only
no sheriff
starless-
badge
The
for
only
him.
starless player. This should get smoked off from NiP. Usually when they
No
go
star.
for a play like this.
Here it comes. NES is going to be forced to a close range defense now. They know that he's close, but they're trying to work out where he is. Able to pick up a quick kill before he goes down there, but still nothing with the AWP found. And it's looking amazing right now for NiP. 4 versus 1. Devil in against it all. And he's going to try to reposition here, but his chances are a little bit, well, they suck.
They're not 0% Dan though.
No.
They're never 0%.
You never go for Moses. Right?
No matter what Moses says, there's always a chance. An AK and a dream.
An AK and a dream. And there is the first kill, but he will be traded upon, and that is map 1, going into the hands of the Swedish side. NiP taking their map pick, but it is the map pick, obviously, of Envyus coming up next, which will be Mirage. And 3 away from the 40 bomb there for Forest. Only 37 kills. Only 37.
Yeah, a monster performance from Forest, definitely. But that last round, we saw the execute of NiP towards the B bomb side. That's exactly the round when we talk about maybe on the desk, or when you see these crazy comebacks on the CT side, it's usually because the Ts never go for a strat like this, right? They simply don't have it. It's a full execute strat, you use everything, and it's a strat that I think NiP probably wins 4 out of 5 times or something, right? You need to have strats like that when everything else is failing you, basically, and you just need that one round to somehow make it. This is something that you would want to go for, because it isn't almost at all reliable on your players' individual performance if you don't take into account that someone maybe misses a smoke, but that really shouldn't happen, right? Because you saw how the bomb site looked like, where NES was. Everything was smoked off, molotoved off, right? Even he can get that one kill because NiP didn't check the corner, but he can't get any more than that. He's instantly traded, and after that, it's just up to NiP to play the after plant correctly and secure the round.
And we got the match highlights, or the map highlights here for you. And I feel like it's going to be just a mini Forest frag movie. We'll have to see, as it was quite a crazy performance. But for me, like, we will often see Forest all get right. If there are 2 players going off, it's usually going to be them, because they usually put in the position to do a lot of crazy stuff. And one thing that's interesting, a point that I wanted to talk about previously, just briefly, is that when it comes to get right entry fragging a little bit with this NiP lineup, I think that was something that always needed to happen, because it was very easy, I think, for a lot of teams to read NiP before, because where you see get right, he was always playing lurk. So if you see him somewhere on the map, you know that he's playing lurk there.
Exactly, and that's what we saw at Pro League, right? I think it was the game against Fnatic where they played Train, and they went for a outer fake, and Forest was actually the guy faking outer, because if he gets a kill or dies, then they will think, oh, this is an execute, it's not get right. Get right was actually the first player pushing towards B, and he was the one pushing all the way to the back of the bomb site and securing route for his team, and I think he got even like 3 or 4 kills in that round. So I agree that it's maybe a switching of styles a little bit, maybe make it a bit more interesting, but also mind gaming to an extent their opponents, right? Because as you said, whenever you saw Get Right somewhere dying, that's probably not where his team is, similar to as with Happy on Envyus, right?
Absolutely, yeah, that's a really good point. And it is time for us to take a quick break to see if there can be a recovery for Envyus on their map choice of Mirage. It's definitely a good map for NiP. I think generally all the maps here, NiP have a deeper map pool, but we shall see. We'll be back after the break. We're most definitely back now. Now that I've turned the mics on. Bit of wouldn't be an ECS show without non-live mics. And James is not here, so I had to do it instead. So
It was your fault then you turned them off.
that's true.
I never turn my mic off because I don't say stuff that can ruin my career off air.
I do that frequently. Who knows what would happen, Yanko, if all the stuff that was said off air would go. I mean,